Stop making decisions in your career that are based on emotions. Be more objective. The career belongs to you. You have to be rational, more objective. So if you are thinking of moving on to a new organization, in this video, we are going to go over more rational points so that you are sure you are making the right decision at the right moment. Stay tuned. We have to really be critical and be rational when we decide to move on to an organization. Sometimes we are making that decision based on our emotions, and there is a backlash, right? So sometimes we want to change jobs or companies because we are bored, angry, we are overwhelmed, tired, we are shocked with what happens there, and you're just simply in a rut. Whatever the case is, the best decision is the decision that is going to forward your career and keep your emotional center. You don't want to be anywhere where you go home and you are stressed every day. So, how long is it too long? There is this, in the past, 30 years ago, 25 years ago, it was considered an achievement for anyone who stayed in the same organization their entire lives. Now, this concept has changed, and some people are even saying that it's not healthy to stay longer than 5 or 7 years. To me, it's not about years. If you are in a company, no matter how long, but your job is changing, you have different jobs, you are moving up in the career ladder. If your position is getting higher, and if there are job opportunities in the same organization, why not? I see lots of people who started in a company as interns and retired when they were CEOs. I think that's a brilliant career. The person was happy with that, so I don't see why not. We shouldn't base our career decisions on what's trendy right now. If people are moving to new organizations after 5, 7 years, that is good for the person who is moving, not for you maybe. So, you should base every decision in yourself. Next, are you leaving your manager or the company? I have seen a number of articles that most people leave managers and not the company. It is true. However, I think that we should show our professional stand and our ability to navigate corporate by trying to understand the company culture and the workplace. If it is just your department, why are you going to leave a great company because of your manager? Maybe there is a way out. Maybe you could change the relationship dynamics. You should at least try one way, try another. It also shows your professional competence. And when nothing works, maybe it's time for you to report to HR. When you don't speak up, that situation, that incident never happened. It happened to you, you lived it, but when you don't report, it's like it never happened. So don't do that. If it is sexual harassment, any kind of harassment, you could first talk to your manager. If the behavior continues, please report to HR. Next, you feel overworked. This is one of the reasons most people are stressed nowadays. Now, you could negotiate the volume, the deadlines. Next, set some boundaries. I know you have your deliverables, there are too many, and unless you work 2-3 hours more that day or over the weekend, you won't be able to deliver. I know that. However, isn't it your job as a professional to come and sit down with your manager and discuss and negotiate that? Or are you going to sacrifice all your free time, your work-life balance, because of unreasonable demands? Now, make a difference between what sometimes it is an unusual request. It's high season, it is a busy period. Okay, everybody plays for the team, but that can't be your everyday. Next, learn how to delegate. It seems easy, but for people who are very competent, it's very difficult to delegate. Other people are not going to do as great as the job you do. So delegation is complicated, but the point of delegating is not having the exact same result you would produce, but it is to allocate responsibilities in a healthy manner so that you have some work-life balance and you don't get to the point where you burn out. You see? Next, are you in a rut? Bored doing the same thing for years and years? Well, you might be in your comfort zone. There is some comfort in doing something you know how to do very well. There is, because you could sit down, you do it, people praise you, you do well. However, after some time, that gets boring and you feel unchallenged. Then you have to think, okay, should I be challenged? Yes, you should. Otherwise, you're gonna get a job and not a career. Big difference. Now, think about it. Are you in a rut because of a roadblock? Are people blocking your career advancements because you do something very well and they want you to keep you in that position? Then, again, speak up. You are responsible for your own career. Unless you speak up, people don't know what you're going through. You can't expect people to assume what you're feeling. And a lot of people say, oh, but my manager knows. Well, you should have a clear conversation. If that doesn't work, try again, or go to HR, or try to change departments. The point is, you might change your job into a new company and get a worse manager. What are you going to do then? You're going to move again? So the reason for you to change jobs is not solid. It should be a career decision. Then, unfairness. Yes, a lot of people say, oh, that's so unfair. Everything is unfair. Well, life is unfair. Yes, and decisions are made in corporations based on profit because only profit can sustain the organization. There is no other way. Okay, it's not at any cost, but what you perceive to be unfair must be unfair for you, but not to others. So, it's a double standard. You have to understand if it is an isolated case, like you were not considered for a promotion and your peer was. Was it an isolated case, or this is a practice in the company where they only promote the close friends? You have to pay attention to that. If it's a practice in the whole company, so yeah, move on to a new organization because the culture is not nice. Next, what is the decision criteria? Sometimes you didn't get the promotion because the company goals are to get a person with a different profile. It has nothing to do with your performance. It has nothing to do with your competence. So company goals, that's what you have to think. Everything is going to be based on company goals. Try not to get that too personally. You're gonna go crazy and be sad alone if you think about that. So that's why companies make decisions objectively, and so should you. Next, is your job right for you? You might be an analytical person in a job that there is a frontliner for clients. You're gonna be miserable. And you should consider your profile based on your skills and preferences and style. If you don't feel comfortable dealing with clients, you shouldn't be in sales. There are other paths you can follow. So think about that. You own your career and the decision is yours. Now, regardless, keep your resume updated, always. You never know when an opportunity arises, keep it updated, always. Speak up. If you think you are being ignored, if you are not being acknowledged, if you are not being recognized, you should speak up. You are not a child. We are not children. We should be able to sit down and say what we feel in a very polite manner and serene. Next, set a deadline. You are miserable at work. You have thought about that long and hard. So you are going to talk to your manager, try to change, and set a deadline. Say, okay, so I'm gonna stay here for another year and see what happens. And use your network. Ask around. People remember when you say, oh, can you tell me if there is a position available in your company? I would be very interested in applying. Doesn't cost anything. So when you have exhausted all the possibilities and the answers are always no, it's not about just my manager, it's the entire company. It is not about the length of time, I just don't get any career advancement. Yes, then move on to a new organization. But make the decision rationally, because you are the only one who's gonna pay for that. The expectations you have for the new organization might not be met. And that's even more disappointing. So I hope this video helped you. If you liked it, please click that button, subscribe. Tell me if you want more content, and see you next time. Thank you very much.